Topping this week's cattle industry news, developments in the fight against animal activists. The nonprofit Center for Consumer Freedom is reporting that a lawsuit is now pending against the Humane Society of the United States. The lawsuit was filed by Feld Entertainment, the company that owns the Ringling Brothers Circus. Allegations named in the lawsuit against HSUS include bribery, fraud, obstruction of justice, and money laundering. The lawsuit stems from a recent ruling where a federal court judge found that HSUS, two of its corporate attorneys, and others named in the suit paid for now impeached testimony against Feld Entertainment. The issue's management team at the National Cattlemen's Beef Association is following the case. For more information on the Center for Consumer Freedom report, visit our website at cattlemen2cattlemen.org. The beef industry and really animal agriculture are often facing attacks against our livelihood. And as these attacks become more frequent, it's important for cattlemen to stand up for what we know is right. Joining me in the studio today is Dr. Tom Field, Executive Director of Producer Education for NCBA. Thanks for coming back to the show.
My pleasure.
I wanted to ask you just a couple of comments, Tom. It seems like our industry, and beef producers in particular, are under incredible amounts of attack right now.
Feels a little bit like we're the kid being picked on the bus these days, and there's no doubt that the attacks come from a variety of angles. Really, I think from a very small minority of our fellow countrymen, but the attacks are real, and unfortunately they've captured some traction and grounding in Washington, D.C., and we've got to talk back if we're going to defend our industry and advocate for our future.
Well, how should producers respond to this, do you think?
Well, first and foremost is education is so critical today that we inform ourselves on the activities of our government, that we explain to our employees and ourselves the strategies that we need to have in place as a business, and that we really do a good job of educating ourselves about the issues themselves. So once we have that education in play, then it's really important, in my opinion, to get very engaged in the conversation. It's easy to sit on the sidelines, but now's the time to be in the game.
I know NCBA has some tools and actually helps producers. Would you mind sharing some of the things that NCBA does to equip producers to be those advocates?
Well, the real power of NCBA has always been the grassroots organization that we have with our local affiliates, our state affiliates, breed affiliates, etc. And we try to provide to that whole network of folks the kind of tools that help people engage in this conversation. The Master of Beef Advocacy, the MBA program is clearly the most critical step, I think, for most of our producers. And they can go to www.mba.org and capture that kind of information and get that training. But secondly then is to get very involved in the local affiliate and the state affiliate. This is a time where I know everyone feels like they've got to spend their time at home, their businesses are under pressure, but we really need to get our best and brightest engaged in leadership at the local, state, and national level.
Yeah. Would you give any particular steps? So somebody's at home, they're fired up about this. Give us just real quickly 1, 2, 3 steps of what should somebody do if they've said, I've had enough, I want to become a strong and capable advocate for our industry. Give us step 1, 2, 3.
Be informed, understand the talking points. 2, contact your elected officials and communicate with them frequently, especially with their staff. And 3, communicate when your state and national organizations ask you for an action alert, respond. Take the time to get engaged.
Those are great comments. And Tom, just one last question. You know, I look at what's going on and I become a little concerned, not just for the beef industry, but frankly for all of production agriculture. And I guess the question I would have is, what's your read on the future of production agriculture in the United States?
We're at the crossroads. If we stay quiet, I think production agriculture in the United States is on a slippery slope to maybe not mattering a whole lot in the economic and cultural environment in our country. But if we'll speak up, I think we can really take sizable steps to improve the position of our industry, to protect agriculture, and to assure that America plays a very significant role in feeding a vastly expanding world population as we move into the future.
I wish we could clone your passion and persuasiveness all across the country, man. Good to have you. Join cattlemen like Tom as a member of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. There are even some great incentives available today. Call us at 1-866-USA-BEEF or visit us at beefusa.org.